take a Mustang, but I prefer Florida because I have to park the Mustang in this super small garage. And the good thing with Florida and Yugo, you can just leave it anywhere you want. You don't have to lock it. Nobody's touching it. So let's go to the green market. There is one in Špansko, which is not far away from us. We live in Vrapče. And we need to buy material for baklava. I want to make baklava. But we also need to buy, how do you call tepsia in English? I can't remember. Now we have one problem. We bought koras or baklava sheets. I don't know how to call it in English. But it seems over here they're not selling nuts and walnuts. And we need that for baklava. I don't want to make it with pistachios. They're too expensive. When we asked for information, the same guy had them. So they're just hidden. And we need some sugar. We need some grits. How do you say grits in English? Wheat grits. That's my grandma recipe. We have some lemons as well. Eggs for the house, not for baklava. And are we missing something? That's about it. Let's go. And welcome to Špansko. In this Špansko there is a hidden gem. 2 blocks facing each other. Absolutely the same. They have everything. Shops, corner shops, post office, bank, my favorite pub. And everybody's from somewhere. This is kind of a little Yugoslavia. Nobody's from Zagreb originally. We have people from all over XU. Mostly Croatians, of course. But honestly, from new built parts, this is my favorite. So we're back from the shop and we got all the ingredients we need. First of all, we got this from a guy in the pub. He borrowed us, so we don't have to buy one, which basically means you should always have a local pub where you go.
Borrow a pan from the guy at the pub.
Of course. The owner of the pub. We need sugar, not all of it, maybe half. Butter, again, 300 grams is a lot, but I like to use more butter than oil, so I always change the recipe a bit. We'll need butter, we have walnuts, and we'll need 1 full bag, maybe quarter of this. And the key of all of that is core, or how would you call this in English? Skin.
Phyllo dough.
What?
It's called phyllo dough.
Phyllo dough.
With a PH. Phyllo.
Phyllo dough.
And this is like homemade?
Homemade
like
with
you bought
eggs.
this from an old lady somewhere in the
But
piazza?
yeah, you have with eggs and without eggs. These are with eggs, which are even better.
I've never had it with eggs. It's kind of hard to find in America anyway. Oh, the texture is totally different.
Yeah, man. You know, the one from a supermarket, they're like glue. And this, if you do this, they just crack. So
very fragile.
Very fragile. We should take care of them. And that's it. That's it. That's actually everything we need for this.
Well, let's get started.
It's gonna be awesome.
Do it.
Now I'm gonna first smoke one, then I'm gonna. Since we don't have a blender, your neighbor usually does. So we got from him. We don't want it too small. What is it?
I'm trying to get things right from my video. Go.
Good. So this is not traditional, but that's how I learned to make baklava from my grandma. Since I don't know who I'm gonna marry, I have to know how to make certain dishes. Grease usually doesn't go in baklava, but 1 spoon of grease makes wonders. Trust me. Listen, I was taught by my grandma, the same like learning in school. If your books are clean, meaty, you didn't learn much. Same thing with cooking. If your kitchen is full of things are flying around and so on, that means the kitchen is used. Not like those perfect kitchens in these perfect homes which are visited every 3 weeks.
Oh shoot. Oh man.
Ah! And you know why this is good?
What are you gonna do with the edge?
The edge, we put them on the very top, so they're crispy. We use everything. Nothing is to be thrown away like with the swine. Okay, So this bottom, you know, has to have a bit something extra. You know, the bottom has to be thicker, and that's why I fold it like that. And then we can do like this.
And action.
So basically, every layer you have to
walnut it up.
Walnut, but you know, you don't want to fill it too much. So it's like basically a small, nice layer, and you can whoop.
And you have to make the noise. That's
Yes.
something the grandma taught you, right?
Without the whoop, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no love without the whoop. I prefer butter than having too much oil. So.
Yeah, but you mix it because the butter is bad for you. Is that why you do it?
No. Simply, the point is, this is going. This has to basically fill all the cracks and everything within the baklava. So oil does the job, but butter is preferable than.
Then you have to cut it first. So
Yeah, I have to cut it and then. But in the meantime, this is gonna get hot and melted, so it's ready.
Go. Cutting it differently. You're not cutting it in triangles.
No, triangles. That's First of all, it's harder, and second of all, I'm not a Muslim.
So I'm not the kind of guy who likes like a big birthday celebration. Parties are fine, stuff like that. We had that just 2 days ago. I had a group of a bunch of friends over. It was casual. It wasn't necessarily a birthday celebration, but it was a celebration. And you know, like, let's just relax, guys. I'm not that special. Nobody needs to. We don't need to throw a party or anything. Just a little baklava, the authentic Petr's grandmother's recipe.
Grandma, if you watch this, oh, hi to my grandma. Bakaveco način si, bre.
She should watch. Your grandma should watch.
Hey, my grandma uses laptop, so...
She could.
Yeah, she absolutely could. I can send her a link on Skype.
Maybe.
She uses Skype, Word, YouTube, all of it. So.
You should show this to your grandma. She would love it.
Let's make a grandma channel. Slowly. You want to go where the cracks are, and then slowly pour it on top. You don't want to go too much around. While you were learning this online, I was learning this from my grandma, so I did this under supervision at least 10 times.
You merely adopted the darkness.
I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light of day until I was a grown man. Just blinded. And action.
Nice. Beautiful.
And now, the secret sauce.
And now the real party starts. It's the next day. Our baklava is crisp. We've got it in this bag here. It's not covered properly, but we're gonna solve that here shortly. Petr, are you sober?
Yep. It's morning, but
That hasn't
I can
stopped
be
you
drunk in
before.
the morning, but you're not on the seaside. I'm gonna be drunk tomorrow.
We're on our way to the seaside. We're going to a little village called Marina, and we are taking the Florida because it has the most space. It could get hot, but look at this engine though. This is the proper Peugeot motor. That is something that I actually don't really have any complaints about. I have complaints about everything else, literally everything else. See, this is how you know he's a pro. He's using a leaf to
I don't have anything else.
yeah, we got our toolkit just in case. It's about 350 kilometers to the seaside. It shouldn't be too bad. It's full. This motor's practically freaking new. It's our first trip to the seaside this summer. Let's hope it doesn't end in a catastrophe. And this is where the real birthday celebration is. Almost half of Americans don't eat breakfast. I am one of them. And so I'm like, let's hit the road. And they're like, we need breakfast. And I was like, I'll wait in the car. And they're like, no. You have to come with. So I got, what is this, a
Krofna.
krofna with some kind of filling.
Is this sweet?
Observe.
Ah, big difference.
Apricot.
Americans love sweet breakfast. Not only Americans, Germans like that as well. Which us in the Balkans absolutely detest. How can you eat sweet breakfast? Oh.
You know,
If you actually have breakfast.
a little bit of pleasure before the pain that the day brings, you know?
From the
Anyway, cut. He makes fun of Americans for sweet breakfast, and he's drinking rakia.
Travarica. Herb rakia.
Ah, yes, it's good for your health.
Yes, if you have one or two, but more than that, it's not.
We've crossed into Dalmatia. The landscape is beautiful. It took a long time to get here, but the Florida has fared well. It started slipping out of fifth gear for a little while there, but now it's okay.
We are now driving 140.
A drink and a can of chips cost more than €8. Welcome to Dalmatia. You, how much was the beer?
Small one.
It's a tiny little beer.
I know. That's why I took it.
We bought water before we left Zagreb. It cost 90 cents. The same exact water here after driving 3 hours, more than €2.
Tourism is bad for locals. Remember what we meant? Locals can't
We're
go.
locals.
Yeah, locals can't go and have a coffee in their own town because it's too expensive.
I live 3 hours from here. You just go south, and all of a sudden,
Let's go to Bosnia and Montenegro. That's where the fun is.
huh? Next time. Welcome to Marina. I've never been here, never heard of it until yesterday when we were invited. Petar, how are you feeling after a long drive?
I want a beer.
And?
And that's about it. Joj, živote lutalice.
Now, the first order of business, we're gonna try some traditional Dalmatian food. I got the fried calamari. Our friend Sebastian got himself some pasta with the shrimps. We've got some giant squids here for the camera guy. And Petar didn't order anything because he is drunkenly reminiscing with a Croatian war veteran. So, I'm gonna enjoy this. Dinner is finished and we've made it to our lovely accommodation. I'm digging the pink. Petar, on a scale from 1 to 10, how sober are you?
0. At the same time, I'm having a great fun because I met a bunch of local people. Sad ću da se okupam, sam došao na more.
Oh,
Vidimo se ubrzo.
baklava! Well, Petar, please don't. How is it?
Awesome!
Can we check in now?
I think I left the other pair in the car, hopefully.
Better hope so. We're gonna film a social media video on the phone, and I'm gonna see if I can wrangle Petar in his current state. He spilled the freaking vinegar all over me. The poison.
The poison. Get the shit off.
No, I need to wear this shirt.
Get the
Is it
shit
gonna
off.
burn my skin?
No, because if you leave it here for 3 minutes, it's gonna be half dry.
I don't want to wait 3 minutes. We're just gonna keep going. We finished the video. Here's that. It was painful. Hey, what is that? Why did you sniff the bottle?
Naučit ću ja svoju lekciju pre mnogo godina.
What?
You understand someday? No. Drink.
Wait, can I see the bottle? This has warnings in like 13 different languages. Even English. 97%.
Ima to i za slepe jezik, za ono što su već ranije probali.
What?
You must drink it.
I think I'll just have water.
Roger Kiger pravi ovo, baš je dobro. By the way, it's semi-legal in the region, but
Semi-legal?
that's how you know it's good.
No, I gotta go. And now, we're off to the beach. Yes, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. I'm going to try Petar's famous grandmother's baklava. Dobro. Bashi dobro. It's really good. But today's been a good day. Good travel. Food and friends. A nice bar here on the beach. It's all amazing. I'm gonna swim. It's hot outside. Salty. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Petar, play us out.
So, we traveled a lot. A lot. To the seaside, which is basically 350 kilometers because we didn't go to the... Man, it's far away. That's the whole point. It was hard because it's in Florida, but at the same time,
It was nice.
much more comfortable than Yugo.
Yep.
And which I find most amazing is that I can actually drive 130, 140 in the left lane and not give up. Let's give baklava to the rest of the people in the bar.
Deal. We'll see you guys later. Remember to subscribe.